Hi, and welcome to episode 10 of Girlfriends Knitting. I'm Carolyn, also known as Caw Shirley, and we're finally in the double digits. We would have been in the double digits last week, but life has gone crazy around me right now. As I've mentioned several times before, I'm in institutional research, and so end of the year reports. I have been staying here at work until 4 and 5 o'clock at night, which doesn't sound late for many people, but considering my normal time off is at 3, 2 and 3 hours extra each day is a lot. And conferences, this is the conference time of year for institutional research, and so I've been running around to different places and traveling quite a bit. And on top of all that, with all of the allergies that I have and all the pollen that is outside, according to the TV stations, there is a 30% increase in pollen this year in my area than there has been since they've been recording the pollen count. And my pollen allergy is severe. So you can't see probably, but my eyes are all swollen. Isn't that a lovely shot? Don't you just love all this information I'm giving y'all? So I have done a lot of sleeping. I have done a lot of report writing. And I have done very little knitting or anything else for that matter. I only have one thing that I even brought with me today to work because I said I'm just going to take a few minutes and record this podcast while I'm here at work today. So I've got one thing to show you. I think you'll like it. And then a few things to talk about. So let's jump in to finished objects because I actually have one. It's Miss Lily Grace's dress. Let me back up so you can see the full thing. It's still damp because I just blocked it last night, but I wanted to get it to her parents before Easter. I just did a simple single crochet edge to sort of finish it off, and hopefully she'll be able to wear it as a little bit of a dress right now and then as a little top with some leggings or something when she gets a little bit older. So I think she's going to be able to wear it quite a while. And because it's for Miss Lily and she's getting it at Easter, I've been calling it my Easter Lily dress. And it does look like a little Easter lily. I will add in some pictures to my actual blog. I probably won't be able to put them in the podcast because I don't have the camera with me today. But I'm going to put some pictures in of the other finished objects. My brother wearing his Straun Take 2, my nephews wearing their hat, my nephew playing with the eyeball. My brother got a kick out of his knitted eyeball, but I think my nephews got a bigger kick out of it. I actually got to see them this past weekend, and so I was able to give them their presents in person and love on all my niece and nephews, so that was lots of fun. So I'll post some pictures that I took on my blog of them. So those are my finished objects. As far as knitting, like I said, I have not done a whole lot. So everything I've been knitting on, 2 pairs of socks, the purple zebra stripe socks for Amy, the Hogwarts socks for me, the Hermione's Everyday socks for me, which I think I've been knitting on now since we began the podcast. What else am I even working on right now? Oh, the Corrine sweater. That may be all I'm down to right now as far as works in progress. If there's something else, I'm just not remembering it. But I haven't done a lot of knitting. I did knit the heel on Amy's purple zebra socks last night, but I didn't Kitchener off the heel because it's an afterthought heel, so it's not quite finished yet. But that's about it, and I'm so busy at work with report writing that I just haven't even bothered to bring in my knitting with me. Pretty much I just sit and veg out during lunch just to kind of get a breather before I have to hit it hard again after lunch. So that's what's going on for my works in progress. As far as fitness and exercise, eating right, nothing is going on with that. I really need some inspiration and some motivation from y'all. And I think a lot of it just has to do with I am so tired. I am so sick this sickness is just allergies, but I mean, I feel like I have a constant cold, and I do this every year at this time. That I'm not eating bad. I'm just eating whatever is available that I can actually feel like I can taste, because nothing tastes good. Like last night I ate one bowl of tomato soup because that's the only thing I could even taste or stomach. Nothing tastes good, and so I don't care if it's bad for me or good for me. It might be great for me, it might be really bad for me. If I can hold it down and not actually have it taste completely terrible, that's what I'm eating right now. So I need some motivation there, maybe some really good ideas on some things that I could eat that would be quick and handy, and that will go okay with really yucky allergies. And so for fitness, most of the time when I get home, I'm so exhausted, I just pass out. Like last night, I got home, I took medicine for my allergies, laid down, went to sleep, woke up, ate my tomato soup, went back to sleep, woke up this morning and came to work. So exercise is not happening. And I need to remind myself that exercise would make me feel better. But right now, it's very hard to get that through my thick head. I'm drinking lots of hot tea because that is making my throat and everything feel so much better because of all of the sinus stuff. It's making my throat very, very sore. So I'm drinking lots of hot tea. Good news, though, I have figured out, and I think I've mentioned this before, I am truly in a habit of not putting sugar in my coffee now. I don't even think about it. I just don't. When I fix my coffee, I put a little bit of creamer in it, and I'm done. And I think a week or two ago, I may have even mentioned it on the podcast, that I put sugar in the coffee, and I didn't even like it anymore. It took, what did we say, 6 weeks for me of just really thinking about it every day and focusing every day on don't put sugar in your coffee, don't put sugar in your coffee, and having to tell myself that every single time I made my coffee, that now I don't even think about it. It's just not something I do anymore. And so even though I feel sick and I feel tired, I don't put sugar in my coffee. So that's dawned on me that I need to make all of these things habits so that when I feel this way, I feel sick, I feel tired, my allergies are terrible, then they'll be habits, and I'm not going to fall off the wagon, as Pam and I were talking about on the group, because they're habits. So if y'all have any suggestions of the next habit I should try forming, because I also figured out that I did really well picking a habit, getting that down pat, and now I need to do another one. So the next habit, I'm thinking it needs to be water, that I need to drink more water. So if y'all have any suggestions or you want to vote for water, then please go on the Ravelry group and tell me that that's what you need to do. Yoga, excellent exercise when you're not feeling well. I just need to do more of it. Amy's now doing yoga with me at home, and so that I think is a lot of fun. Veronica is also working on doing some yoga with me at home. One of our members, and please forgive me, I forgot who your name are, she's a fairly new member, suggested doing a couch to 5K sort of program together, and then us each sort of running a 5K in our own area. If any of our members want to organize that or get motivated to put some information about that online, I would be interested in participating. I do have a pins in my ankle, and so I don't know how much I'll be able to do as far as running goes, but I'm going to try it if y'all want to organize it. As far as organizing it right now, I just don't have the time, but I think it would be a great idea. And we have such active members in the group, and I just love you guys. It's such a fun group, and I'm so glad that y'all wanted to be a part of it. So if any of y'all want to organize that, I think that would be great. And I jumped right into fitness and exercise and completely forgot to tell you about one of the major new things in my life. I haven't done a lot of it right now because, again, there's so much other stuff going on. But my local yarn shop got in some shocked wheels for spinning. And they got 2 Ladybugs and they got 2 sidekicks. And she's renting out one of each and then selling one of each. And so I went and rented one because I'd only had one lesson with Laura on spinning, and I really liked it, but I didn't think I did very well. Remember, I've been doing a lot of spinning on the spindle, and I had really enjoyed that. And so I felt like, well, I've learned how to draft these sort of things using the spindle. Let me try it. So if I rent it and it's just still not working, then I have not out all that money on a wheel. But if I love it, then I can go and buy it. So I did. I went and rented the wheel. I rented the Ladybug. I just think that name is cute. I know it's terrible to buy a wheel because you like the name and the way it looks, but that's what I did. I rented it because I liked the name and the way it looks. And I have had an absolute blast playing with it. I must say it was a very steep learning curve because I was such a newbie spinner. Someone else who's spun for years and years would get on this and think it's wonderful. But for the first 30 minutes, I couldn't even get the yarn to go onto the bobbin. I mean, it didn't even matter what the twist was, whether it was even or not. It wouldn't even go on the bobbin. Now I actually have managed to make what I would think of as yarn. I think you can tell a newbie did it, but it doesn't look bad at all. And I just don't have it with me today to show you. Again, I'll post pictures on the blog. I'm sorry I'm not prepared for the podcast today, but I did want to get it done for y'all. I haven't done a lot of spinning. I've probably spent 5 or 6 hours spinning over the last week and a half. Hopefully this Easter break I'll be able to relax because today is our last day before Easter break, and then I have a 4-day weekend basically for Easter break. And I just plan on relaxing. We're probably going to go to Amy's mom's house, and she is a crocheter, crafter herself, and I think the plan is to bring the spinning wheel and to bring the knitting and to spend all day just vegging out, visiting, and crafting, and that's just so much fun. The only thing that would make it better is if my mom were there with us too. So I hope y'all all have as good of Easter as I think I'm going to have. If y'all are as much tiredness and life going crazy as I am, I hope y'all get a break like I think I'm about to get. And thank y'all all for hanging in there with me last week when I didn't get a podcast posted. And hopefully this weekend, while I'm sitting around enjoying company and enjoying crafting, I'll have time to post all these awesome pictures on the blog. One more thing, speaking of pictures on the blog, it just dawned on me because I don't have show notes, obviously, today because I'm just doing this on the spur of the moment. There is a photo workshop, at my local yarn shop tomorrow night. Can you tell I have a really good local yarn shop? We have one tomorrow night, and an artist is coming in to show us how to photograph your knitting. And so I'm excited. I'm probably going to go there tomorrow night. I can't wait. Take my new camera with me and learn how to photograph my knitting. Thank you guys. Y'all have a great Easter break. Enjoy, and I will see you next week.